Hi everyone, my name's Andy and here are 5 quick tips that'll increase your chances of getting hired at your common job. Tip number 1, become familiar with the 2 levels of common jobs. The first level are typically jobs easier to get into, where you'll find most of your fast food chains like Portillo's, McDonald's, Wendy's, etc., and a few smaller local businesses. The second level consists of harder jobs to get into that might require past experience or have a more complicated interview process. This is where you'll see most retail stores, higher end restaurants, and more well established companies. This is very important to keep in mind when choosing what places you want to apply for and to determine how good your chances are of actually getting an interview. Tip number 2, apply on the company's sites. Although websites like Indeed and Monster can help with finding open positions and give good insight to what starting pay will be like, companies actually prefer that you apply via their company's site. It allows them to choose what information they need from you instead of being stuck with the limited information that other websites require when applying. To do this, simply type the company you want to apply for, followed by careers, into your search engine, and click on the link of the company's site. From there, fill out the information and go through their application process. This will, believe it or not, make it easier for the employer and increase your chances of getting an interview. On to tip number 3, keep your availability as open as possible. How much this affects your chances of getting hired obviously varies depending on what position you're applying for at what company. But as a general rule of thumb, you should try and put as many days and as many hours as possible onto your application, even if you don't want to work that often, because after you get hired, your manager will sit down with you and talk to you about your schedule, and then you can tell them your actual hours that work around your schedule and how many days you want to work a week. This is very important for a lot of employers to see because it means that you can be flexible and work around what they need. On to tip number 4, put down general skills that appeal to the position you're applying for. One example of this is, say you wanted to apply for a cashier role at a restaurant. One of the big things you'd want to put down under skills is money handling, because that's going to be a big part of your job. Another one would be good customer service. And a personal one that I always like to put is problem solving, because that can be helpful in pretty much any job that you have. These can be things you're actually good at or just general skills that you can easily pick up on once you get the job. As long as they're related to the position you're applying for, you're all set and up go your chances of getting hired. And this brings us to our final tip for this video. Be ready for interview questions. Now this is again where the level of common job you're applying for is going to come into play. If you're applying for a level 1 position, you're going to have a lot easier questions. They're going to be about simple work ethic, if you have a reliable means of transportation, or you might just have to answer a simple question given a situation that you might have during your job. Now with level 2 jobs, as expected, they're going to be a little bit harder, and you're going to get questions that might have more than one correct answer, or a detailed situation that you need to try and figure out the correct answer to. They might really try and trick you just to figure out what kind of worker you are and if you'll fit the position well. I'm not going to go into specifics in this video, but if you guys would like me to make another video on common interviewer questions, then please let me know in the comments down below. But I hope you all learned something, and if you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. But now go, get out of here, start applying for jobs. You guys got this. Just keep those 5 tips in mind and you'll be all set. I'll see you later, lovelies. Goodbye.